you'll know it when you feel it. Our next teacher, Gordon Myers, took full responsibility for his own happiness a very long time ago. So far, so good. Please say hello to Gordon Myers. Happiness is seldom described well, but you'll know it when you feel it.
So happiness is seldom described well, but you'll know it when you feel it. If I asked you guys in this room which one of you are happy, I bet you'd all put your hands up, right? But can any one of you really describe what happiness is? So let's go for a minute. I want you to close your eyes and think back to when you were really, really young. You were a young, happy little baby, about a year old. There you were, sitting in a room with all the other happy little babies, sucking on just about anything you could until you got busted. The only thing you had to worry about were those giant people pinching your cheeks, breathing pepperoni in your face, or making those god-awful noises that one should only hear coming out of a farm. You didn't care if you were fat or ugly. You didn't care if you were dumb or dirty. Hair, no care. You didn't worry about how many Facebook buddies you had, and nor were you really that motivated to network with the other little babies in the room. So now you open your eyes, and thanks to your loving, wonderful, caring parents, things start to go wrong. Yeah, they expect you to walk, to talk, to pick up things. They expect you to feed yourself. And all this time, you know the pressure is on. They constantly compare you to Martha's little athletically gifted brat son across the street, or Pauline's little precocious wannabe ballerina next door. The heat is on. You are no longer allowed to be useless, and you got to get better fast. There's no room for a needy, noisy, uncomplicated, little dirty baby that's sitting in a room and being a parasite all this time while he is unemployed. In fact, your parents are pretty tired of gagging every time you have your chubby little legs in the air, smiling as they clean up one Gerber explosion after the next. Sometimes wondering, how the heck did it get on your chin? And so, when you really do think about it, they keep feeding you this disgusting baby food, smearing it all over your face, until you just can't take it anymore. They don't eat it, no, but it was half price at the gas station the day after it expired. So they keep feeding you until you puke, right? And God forbid you should projectile vomit all over your mom's nice new blouse. She'll yank you outside into the garden, hose you down, and throw you in one of those little baby cages, naked, as if to punish you. And all this time, she's on the phone yakking to her friends, telling them what a freaking nightmare you've become. Meanwhile, you're lying there hoping that your snotty-nosed little friends are also doing bad stuff, because that would make you look a little better. That night, your dad comes home from wherever he was, and all you hear is moaning and groaning. If that kid would only just shut up for 30 seconds. It's your turn to watch him tonight. But honey, I'm playing poker. That's fine. Leave him in the car. Check on him every 10 minutes. You just get sick and tired of all the groaning, and your husband says, the husband says to the wife, "Hey, what do you think, honey? Diapers or cigarettes tonight?" Now your self-esteem is taking a real blow, and you feel down. So you start crying. That leads, of course, to hours and hours of needless driving around the neighborhood, windows up, forced to inhale the remnants of Grandma's favorite free fragrance. After all, your parents did tell your mom that you weren't really good with education. And the soccer coach told your dad that he honestly thought you had 2 left feet. Let's face it, other kids were doing much better than you in just about everything and anything. And you officially accepted the fact that you were a loser. You think about this mostly when you were throwing little donuts at your friend right in the pie hole and thinking, actually, we're getting pretty good at this. You also liked it a lot when other kids did really, really bad things because, after all, that made you look good. That's what I call happiness. Then there was the other path that people took to prosperity and euphoria. They called it success. So what is it that successful people do, you might ask yourself? Well, widely stated, successful people do the things that unsuccessful people are not prepared to do. What that means is they're happy to get out of their comfort zone. They do things that are tough, that are challenging, that are difficult, and they're prepared to do whatever it takes. Look, let's face it. There are tough things in the world. There are unthinkable things, such as public speaking, maybe eating a frog and throwing away the legs. But all in all, people that are successful do the things that those that are mediocre, right there with mediocrity without boundaries or laziness with limitations, those are the people that will just never get anywhere in the world. And what they start to realize is that there are tons of idiots and morons in the world just doing so well, cashing it in. And they all say to themselves, I could do that if I want to, but they don't. They are content to watch cable TV because, after all, there are hundreds of channels. Tonight, I want you guys to think about getting out of your comfort zone and to understand that what people do when no one is watching is what they actually show in public. What people do when no one is watching is what they actually show in public. Think about all the actors, the athletes, the dancers, the singers. When no one's watching, they're practicing like crazy. They're the ones that are getting up early in the morning, going to bed late at night. Those are the ones squeezing in that extra little bit of practice so they can come out and absolutely take on the world. So what I'd like to ask you tonight is to allow me to get a little bit out of my comfort zone. And I want to show you some of the things that I do when no one is watching. But since we are at Toastmasters and we all know that no one's really watching you here, right? You can be yourself, you can do your thing. I want to invite you guys to also get out of your comfort zone. And I want you to understand that when you do something really, really difficult, eventually it becomes a little easier. And when it becomes easier, you actually start to enjoy it. And you do it more and more and more. And dare I say, you actually start to feel happy. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to allow you to see me get out of my comfort zone, but I'm also going to ask you to join me. So if everybody would please get up. Everybody please get up. And I'd like you to get down, and then when you start to enjoy yourself, I would like you all to scream on the top of your voices as if nobody is watching. Cole?
Warrior music, reggae music, Jamaican music, the European, American, and the Caribbean. Oh, yo.
Come on, everybody. Come on, let's go. Come on, enjoy yourself.
Heights them and they create legend. You can't comprehend this. That's what you don't understand. But them not know about the music. Them not know about the music. Them not want to see. Them not be ready. And I say we are here. Respect to the youth and boys.
Everybody having fun? Yeah. Who's dancing to reggae music on a Thursday night? Usually there's a mirror, guys. No shirt. No one screaming. So there you have it. Happiness is seldom described very well, but you know it when you feel it. Madam Toastmaster.
Yeah.